Hey guys, it's Tiffany here from PK Mom Life. Thank you for coming over to my channel if you're from any of the other ladies in this collab. This collab is all about fall, autumn soups, and that type of thing. I made a Brunswick stew. I remember as a kid my mom making Brunswick stew and loving it. I don't remember her putting pork in it, but I remember it having chicken in it. I've made it once since I've become an adult, maybe once or twice, and this is my third time making it. So we're making Brunswick stew today, and then we're going to also make some cornbread, and just stay tuned, and I hope you guys will check out the playlist for all the other videos, and make sure if you haven't already to give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Today we're going to make a Brunswick stew, and this is everything you need. You need frozen lima beans, frozen okra, frozen corn. It did call for white corn, but I just found the yellow corn frozen, so I just went ahead and got yellow corn. Some hot sauce, liquid smoke. The recipe I'm using actually does not call for chicken breast, but I think I'm going to put a cup or two in just to make it a little bit less stewish. Some brown mustard, bay leaves, some barbecue sauce. I'm going to use the leftover of this Carolina Gold here from Trader Joe's. Some crushed tomatoes, salt and pepper, onion, butter, a bell pepper, garlic, celery, pork. And then the recipe I have too does not call for chicken, but I'm going to add some chicken in it also. But that is everything we are using for our Brunswick stew today. All right, the first thing we're going to do is cut this large onion. It calls for a sweet onion, so that's what I got. How many of you all watch Rachel Ray and know to have a trash bowl? Okay, now I'm just going to take the onion and just put it over in the frying pan. The whole onion. Next, we're going to do the celery. And it called for 3 celery stalks. And I love buying this pre-washed, pre-cut celery because it just makes it so much easier. Okay, so the celery and the onions is in the skillet. I'm going to take some already garlic, it's already minced up and chopped. And it says take half a teaspoon is worth 1 clove. So I'm just going to do a huge heaping of 6 teaspoons because it says 4 to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's go and just do one more to grow on. I like garlic. And then we're going to add in some butter. I've got this with a little bit of butter left, and it says 2 tablespoons. It's a little bit more than 2 tablespoons, but we're going to go ahead and put it in here and turn on my oven to medium-high heat and let this start cooking. All right, so while the onions and celery, I can find big pieces of onion in here, are just kind of cooking up, you're supposed to cook them until they are, translucent pretty much. So while these are cooking up, I'm going to go ahead and cut up the pork. All right, so guys, it calls for a 3-pound pork. All of this is a 3-pound pork. I'm going to save this part for a separate, and then this part here I'm going to use because I'm going to add some chicken also to my recipe. chicken breast here. I'm just going to trim up the fat off of them and cut these up, and also put them into the crock pot. I know, and some of you are probably like, oh my gosh, she's using the same cutting board for everything. Guys, this cutting board on the other side is really gross, so I'm just going to throw it away. I need a new cutting board, so that's why I'm just kind of doing it with everything. What, Parker? Don't worry, I do disinfect everything when I'm done, too. The reason why they want you to cut everything up in big chunks is because you will take your meat out halfway, or, you know, at the end, and shred it. So that's why I'm not, like, worried about cutting them in bite sizes or anything like that. All right, now this is cut up. I'm just going to dump it into the crock pot with the pork. Okay, so the next thing I would do is cut the bell pepper. But I think I'm going to leave it out because Chris isn't big on bell peppers. So I'm going to leave it out, and Chris isn't big on onions either, and there's a lot of onion in this. So next what we're going to do is just throw all the remaining ingredients into the crock pot. So I'll show you guys what we're doing. As you guys can see, my celery, onion, and garlic and butter mixture is done. I'm going to throw it now into the crock pot. Okay, so in the crock pot right now, I'm going to throw in my frozen lima beans. It calls for 14 ounces. This is 12 ounces. It'll be okay. Part of cooking is just improvising. Cooking with what you got. So lima beans. And it's, where's mine? Actually, I don't think this recipe calls for cornbread. We're going to put corn in it because I got it. I kind of combined two recipes with this one, that's why. Everything is kind of a mess. This is a 12-ounce bag of corn. And then, last but not least, called for 8 ounces of okra, but you know what? We're using a whole 12 ounces okra. Okay, so all that goes in there. Okay, now is a can of 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes. Half a cup of barbecue sauce. Again, I used the Trader Joe's Carolina Gold just because I need to use it up. I don't think that it matters one way or the other what kind you use. Okay, next it calls for 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. There's 1. Anybody else love this stuff? I love the flavoring of Worcestershire sauce. There's 2. And here is 3. Next, 1.5 tablespoons of brown mustard. Open this actually because it's not been open yet. And I've just got this Golden's brown, spicy brown mustard. So 1 tablespoon and then half a tablespoon. And we're just gonna guess there. Okay, and then 1 to 2 tablespoons of hot sauce. I'm just using some and red hot, like Frank's. Next, we're going to throw in 1 bay leaf and half a teaspoon of liquid smoke. Guys, I have never used liquid smoke before, and it took me forever to find it at the store. And now we're just going to mix this all together. Now the next thing I'm going to do is, and I'm going to go ahead and throw in a cup of chicken broth. It did not call for this, but I feel like it's going to need it to make it soupier. It's not very soupy right now, and I know like the juices from the where the vegetables were frozen and everything, and the meats will make it kind of soupy too. But I just feel like I need this. And then I also forgot to add in a little bit of salt and pepper. So there's a couple of shakes of pepper, and I'm not going to do a lot of salt because of the barbecue salt and stuff. Barbecue sauce and the Worcestershire sauce and the mustard and all that. I'm going to add salt into it too. And let's just mix it all up one more time. Do you guys use crock pot liners on your soups? That's one thing I don't like, using the crock pot liners when I make soups. I feel like it just makes a bigger mess. All right, so I think that's pretty well mixed up. So now we're going to put the lid on. I'm a messy cooker, in case anybody wondered. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn mine on high for 6 to 7 hours. It is 1 o'clock now, so hopefully this should be ready by 7 o'clock for dinner. All right, let's make some cornbread. I'm making this Morrison's Texas style honey sweet cornbread mix. I'm going the simple route, guys. I mean, like, who makes homemade cornbread anymore? This girl doesn't know how, and this girl's not going to. My typical cornbread mix is in the white and blue boxes. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the name of it. I actually got this at Dollar Tree though. All you need is the cornbread mix, 3 eggs, and 1 3/4 cup of milk. So, and I'm going to put it in my brownie pan. Okay, so while my oven's heating up, I'm going to try to get out the meat out of the soup and find the bay leaf to shred the meat and then put it back in and take the bay leaf out. All right, guys, there is the finished product. Can you see the steam coming up off of it? It's gonna be so yummy. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out all the other ladies in this collab. This soup is amazing. I will leave the recipe down below in the comment or in the description section. I will leave the recipe and then the link to the original recipe since I kind of doctored this up for myself. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up and make sure you hit the subscribe button and comment down below what your favorite fall soup is. Thanks for watching. Mwah!